we need to get to this because this script comes along. This creative force named Mary Bronstein,
our friend,
writes a movie, and how does the script come to you? What happens?
My agent sends me the script, and she's a very discerning Irish woman.
You
best be reading me script.
What is wrong with you?
You best be reading my script. I'm sending it your way.
Pretty much.
I've tied it to a donkey.
Pretty much like that.
She's a pirate agent.
I said she was a pirate. I heard pirate, not Irish. Arr.
Pretty much. It's weirdly exactly like that.
Why did my parrot go caw, caw? Parrots don't go caw, caw.
You're an Irish pirate with a raven.
I couldn't get a parrot, so I had to get a raven.
Sorry. I'm sorry. So anywho,
you've got a line down your head.
Visceral cellular reaction to an Irish woman. I feel it.
They terrorized me
straight up
throughout my life.
From
Irish
the island,
women.
straight up. No, she's very discerning, and she's only written a few times over the years. And she said, "You need to read this," and I was like, okay. And it just like. But she, read like fire. It's like she lit the page. It's such an unbelievable script. And I want to hear your thoughts on it when you read it. And I devoured it. And there's an incredible symmetry to the script with the imagery. It's kind of the metaphors that are going on and what's happening in front of Linda, what's happening to her and what's happening outside of her. Mm-hmm. There's a wonderful symmetry, and you really do see it, I think, in the finished product as well. Yeah. It's very much there. And I just thought, oh my God, what an opportunity. It's someone throwing you the ball, right? And you've got the bat and you're like, can I really? Oh my God. And it was extraordinary. And it's sort of genre defying in a way. There's many genres. There's horror, tropes of horror in there. There's tropes of drama. There's
comedy in there too.
And there's comedy.
Yeah.
So I couldn't believe it. And then I started to, I met with Mary and we started to work together and I just thought, I cannot fuck this up. I was like,
So I have this funny experience, which is this script comes my way. And we talked about this with Mary on the podcast, but Adam Sandler calls me and...
I didn't know that Sandler called you. Yeah. Right.
Yeah. Just to tell me he admired my work.
Yeah.
And then he...
then
he called me.
Copy that.
I'm just name dropping now. And then Brad Pitt texts me. He wants to know where I got my
win
Ford
that
Taurus.
Game, by the way.
And so anyway, all these famous people are always calling and texting. No, Adam called and he said, "Is it okay if I give one of the Safdie brothers your number?"
Yeah.
And it's for an A24 film. And I went, "I guess so." And he was like, "Oh, you think so, Coney?" Yeah, dummy, idiot. And so he went into some characters. So anyway, I read it and I remember thinking, at first I thought it's going to be, I never do them, but if someone like me gets offered a part, it's always to play myself.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
It's
It's, and then the characters turn on the TV and Conan O'Brien's there and he's saying, "You all heard in the news the story about insert character's name here." And then they were like, no, you're playing a character. So I talked to Mary and tried very hard to talk her out of it.
Right.
I just was like, well, this is a really great script and you don't want me in there. But she was adamant, and then
what was your reaction when you were like, it's playing a therapist?
I mean, my first reaction was, there's been a mistake.
Yeah, right.
Like why is someone, and I should talk to my therapist about that, but it was very surprising to me that she has this beautiful thing that she's written that's a real statement by her, and comes from her life, and I just, this is her big shot, and I'm in there, and I thought, okay, and I really didn't want to mess things up. So she was very
we felt the same way.
Well,
we felt the same way.
Only there's a difference. We
can't mess it up.
Here's a little difference. You're Rose Byrne, and I'm Conan O'Brien. So then, I'm starting to feel better because she's given me all the reasons why I'd just be perfect for it. And she said, "Trust me, everyone is excited about you doing it and you're perfect for it." And I thought, well, they're professionals. They must know. And then Mary sets this meeting at the Whitby Hotel that I show up at, you show up at, and Mary shows up at, and you proceed to say, excuse me, Conan, what acting have you done? And I start saying, well, I haven't really had that. No, but I mean, what films have you done? And I went, I haven't done any films. And then you said, uh-huh. And I said, I've done sketches. And she said, but what about like dramatic roles, film? And I went, I haven't really done that. And then you start drilling down deeper and you went, but surely you did plays in high school. And I said, no, I didn't. And Mary, I didn't know you that well then. So I thought, Rose Byrne does not want me in this. And then I find out later that you're taking the piss out of me.
Oh,
Like you winked at Mary. And, but I left thinking, oh my God, like she's going to go to her Irish script reader and say, put down that bowl of taters and get Conan off this not fucking, but feckin' movie.
But I often feel like people have secret histories. You don't know. Like maybe you had a rich history of doing a play or at Harvard.
You knew I didn't do any.
But I don't know.
Now
honestly.
you're being the nice person.
No. I honestly, like, I was like, but, and I think I remember going, but has anyone approached you before? Or has anyone asked you to do a dramatic role that didn't work out?
Right,
and so, like, I was like doing investigative, like, because I feel like.
Yeah. It was like you were wearing a wire. And people were listening in a van.
Yeah.
And then all I remember is you slammed your plate down at one point and said, who do you think you are?
That's right. That
Remember
did happen. That did happen.
And then you slapped me.
And then I hit you.
Yeah.
I hit you.
And then I hit me.
Yeah.
It was no. And then we start the process of making this movie. And I will admit, I was saying that I worked really hard with Mary,
You did.
and there's no
for a year. You were attached forever.
Yeah,
long before, as was Rocky.
So you're making the point that you got it much quicker than I did. I see what you're doing. Look at this. This Rose is such a master at passive aggression. You seeing it? Yeah, a long time. I mean, much longer than me, and I'm really 99% of the film. But anyway, I had that experience of worked very hard with her. Tried to prepare as much as I possibly could. And then before you know it, it's a very small room. All our scenes are in a tiny
room.
Tiny room. And I'm a large fellow. And we're in this tiny room. And
was it quite hot? Or how was the temperature? I remember.
You think you were very excited to see me.
Of course.
That's what that happened. You kept saying, is it hot in here? And people were like, it's actually 33 degrees.
Was it stuffy? I just remember, was it?
Yes, it was. They had sealed all the windows for sound.
Yeah,
and it's just a regular office on the Upper East Side.
Yeah.
So it was...
and this is not a fancy. This is like, we shot this fast, and it was like not a big budget. It was just to set the scene. It's not like it's a...
I was told you got all the money, all of it.
Of course I did.
Yeah.
Got all the money.
And you came in the first day wearing a grill.
Yeah.
It said Rose Rocks.
Yep.
And I was like, that's a little over the top.
That's how I work.
I know, but
established my boundaries.
It was really off-putting. Every time you stood up, just money fell out of you.